Well, I'll start off by saying this. Do not blame that game on the defense, okay? I don't care who you play, whether it's a high school team, a junior college team, a college team, much less an NFL team. When you turn the ball over 5 times, 4 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 3 others in field position to set up touchdowns, you ain't going to beat anybody I just talked about. Anybody. All right? And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. You can't turn the ball over 5 times like that. Holy crap. I don't know who the hell we think we are when we do something like that. Unbelievable. 5 turnovers. One of them, we've thrown 4 interceptions for touchdowns this year. That might be an NFL record. That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful to perform like that. Pitiful. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
And with that, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the playoffs edition of the Commissioner's Corner. Week 11 is in the books. Very early morning podcast today. Running a little low on energy, a little sick, but I got my coffee. It's gone. And it's going to be quick because we don't have to go over 96 teams. We have to go over 24. So, for those of you who did not watch the live stream coming from my store last night, there's going to be some news for you. And there's a little bit of other news anyway because, all the teams revealed finally. So, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, I got this massive glare from my sweet head. Whoa. Anyway, so here we go. We are going to talk playoffs. We're going to talk playoffs. Yes, we're going to talk playoffs. So, here we go. Now, if you go to the homepage now, you'll see this handsome devil right here. No. You're going to scroll down. You're going to see the bracket. The bracket, let me tell you something about this bracket. This bracket, for some reason on this site, are you kidding me? It doesn't line up right. And I've changed it like 4 times just to try to make it look properly, and it doesn't work. So, don't worry about the next round. Just worry about this round right now, okay? So, without further ado, I'm going to present to you the playoff teams real quick. All right. Oh, whoa. Hello there. Hello. So, yes, this is how it works. I don't know why the black hole. I misjudged how many teams were in there because it didn't count properly. Yep. There we go. Anyway, so we got it set up now. Here are the teams. We have, what the heck? Sorry, it's 6 in the morning. What's going on here? All right. That's what I'm looking for right there. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so the number 1 team. Wally gets the number 1 seed altogether, the 9-2 with 823.27 points. That's why they get the number 1 seed. Number 2 seed password is Taco, 9-2, 820.19 points. Number 3 seed, Irish Shamrocks, 8-3, 840. Number 4 seed, these are all conference winners. They will all be getting a prize at the end of the year for winning their conference. How big that prize is up to them because it depends on how far they go in the playoff. Playoffs? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to say that every time. It never gets old, does it? Nope, never gets old. Number 4, Tenacious D, 8-3, 822.41. Number 5, the Nantab Knights. Newcomer Michael Myers comes up and slices and dices the conference to win it. 8-3, 814.77. Number 6, New Orleans Rock Chucks, who apparently some people don't watch this podcast because someone was like, well, New Orleans Rock Chucks, what's up with the lineup? I think that was Jeff. That doesn't sound anything like him, but still, he didn't have to put in a lineup at all because he already knew he won because he watches the podcast. Valuable information is gathered when you watch these podcasts, children. Ask Sarah Krasansky because she didn't watch it, so she didn't submit a separate lineup, so she lost, and now she's out of the playoffs altogether. Number 7, Gregory Clegane. This is exactly what we wanted to happen. They wanted them to win the playoffs, the conference. And finally, a team has no name won the conference 7-4. That was my conference, which sucked because both he and I were both 7-0, I believe, or maybe 6-0, and then it just totally tanked at the end of the year. So that's how it works. So these 8 teams here, I'm going to turn pink because that means they've won their conference and they get a bye. That's right, they get a bye. All right, so the next 9 teams are determined, seeds I should say, are determined entirely based on record and then points. So, Tallywhackers knocking at your door. 895.12. Holy hell, that guy scored a lot of points last week to jump that high. Is that accurate? Could this dude possibly have scored that many points? Let me double check. That'd be bad if he didn't. Yep, definitely right. 895.12. How many points you scored last week, man? Jesus. Anyway, so Tallywhackers, they vault all the way up to the number 9 seed. The number 8 seed, Oviedo Honey Badgers. The 11 seed is Runs Like a Girly. We'll move this over so you can all see it. Number 12 is going to be Ashley Mann's HGH Supplier. Number 13, Bill Pulley and Dynamite recovered from that one randomizer and makes the playoffs. Congratulations to you, 8-3. And then there are a lot of teams that were 7-4, like myself, but I didn't make the playoffs because I didn't score enough points. That's why I say every week it is critical to score points because you get in a situation like this where old Papa's players, 7-4, 873, good enough to make the playoffs. Kazoo Crazy, 7-4, 852. The Red Wings, Uncle Mike. How many Uncle Mikes do we need in this world? Several, apparently, because they're all awesome. One of them here, Uncle Mike Stevens, 7-4, 842.9. The Jerry Springer election. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know who runs this team because this is a team that was taken over by another owner because the original owner was useless and was banned. He banned. Like Kramer from the fruit stand. He banned. Jerry Springer election comes through, saves the season, and makes the playoffs. And then the number 18 seed would be the Black Hole. Now, if you watched the podcast yesterday, or the announcement yesterday, the Black Hole, for some reason, was included in that. I don't know what happened there. But, yeah. He made the playoffs anyway. So, surprise, Rob Bradley, you're in the playoffs based on record and points, which put me, my franchise, 1 spot out, which sucked. Because I scored fewer than that. Let's see. How many points did I score? 795.71. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Giggle came up 789.7. Close. Not quite good enough. All right. And then the points ones went to the Broskies, 875.68 points. The Honolulu Blue Balls, 862.26 points. And Mike Crabtree Itches, 857.22. Those are the 3 highest scores that weren't already in the playoffs. Congratulations to you 3. You listened to the podcast. You know to start super lineups. You scored points all throughout the year, but might not have had the best weeks of luck. So you are in. And then last night at the Mega XP Zone, that is right, we did the lottery, not a draft. We did the lottery with several of my Yu-Gi-Oh players there. They're cool. They're nice kids. Some of which come down to help me do some construction today. Yeah. The T-Tokes got in first. I don't know who that is, honestly. Who is that? Who are the T-Tokes? Let's take a look. There's way too many people in this league. No, there's never enough. Oh, my God. Who is it? Just show me who it is. Whatever. Who are the T-Tokes? We don't even know who it is. Oh. Michael Myers and Tyler Taco. Oh. Okay. Good job to you. Really good job to you. Yes. And then, I'm sorry for the throat clearing. I'm not feeling great. Magic Mike Plate. We all know who that is. He's magical. He's been here since year 1. And then Staff Infected Johnson, Rob Harville, makes the playoffs based on the lottery. And this is why MUSL is very unique. I mean, it's not extremely unique because we got this concept from the IFSC, which is our regular fantasy sports league, but every game's important because you get a ticket for every win. And in the end, those tickets help. Just ask T. Tokes, Magic Mike Plate, or Staff Infected Johnson. So, where does that put us? Let's go back to this inaccurate, for whatever reason, bracket. I apologize. Here we go. These are accurate, though. So, week 1 of the playoffs, a.k.a. week 12 of the NFL season, we have Red Wings, Uncle Mike, taking on Jerry Springer election. They don't even say who it is. Owner is Jerry Springer election. The Kazoo Crazies, Colin Cote, a.k.a. Crazy Legs, taking on the Black Hole, Rob Bradley's team. We got the number 14 seeded Old Papa's Players taking on the Broskis, fresh off their victory from points. Bill Poley and Dynamite taking on the Honolulu Blue Balls. I believe that is Lubis Diana versus Larry Weinberg. Speaking of Weinberg and class of 97 Addison graduate, the Oviedo Honey Badgers, Tony Lay, taking on my Crabtree Itches, which is Brian Lydell. Yep. Flying Brian Lydell, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody ever calls him that. Ashley Manning's HGH Supplier. My God, I feel terrible. I forget who that is, too, man. I'm going to get all these names down. And then, you know what? By the time I get these names down, oh, my God, that's the incomparable Joel Spencer. I didn't even realize that till now. Met him at Polly's not too long ago. Ashley Manning's HGH Supplier taking on the T-Tokes. That's Michael Myers. We just found that out. Runs like a girly. So let me tell you about Ryan Frazier real quick. Ryan Frazier, God bless him. He saved my life one time for real. He's brought in a lot of people over the years, and like this year, most of them fell off except for himself and the lovable Josh Greiner. Josh Greiner actually had 2 teams, and he brought in a bunch of good owners. So thank you, Josh, and good job on making the playoffs. You are taking on Magic Mike Plate in the first round of the playoffs. Frazier got to get these guys in order, though, man. I mean, what's his name? Aldridge and Spink both just walked away from their teams, and they go on. They would not be back. They don't have Facebook either. What's up with that? People don't have Facebook. I just don't understand them. I understand that it's full of drama, but just fucking unfollow everybody. There's things like the MUSL that needs to communicate, and it's the most effective way of communication of all time. And then the final matchup for the week 1 of the playoffs, we have the Tallywhackers, the number 9 seed, taking on the Staff Infected Johnson, the 24 seed. So, there you have it. That is the bracket. Don't worry about what the bracket says you're playing next week because it is totally wrong because Wally is definitely not going to be playing Password is Taco in week 3. I don't know. Actually, I think these are right, who you're playing here, but like the next games aren't right. So I'll redraw the bracket every week, so it makes sense. My fantasy league is really frustrating. It's like Facebook in a lot of ways. It's like the greatest thing ever, but in other ways, it's so stupid. Why? Why can't you just draw the bracket the way it's supposed to be drawn? I don't know. Just like in Facebook. If you have a gallery on your personal page, you can move things from one album to another. On your business page, you can move pictures from one album to another. But did you know if you have a group, you cannot do that? You cannot move things from one album to another in a group, but you can on a personal and a business page? What the hell sense does that make? It makes no sense. Anyway, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm very thankful for every one of you people who stuck it out, who didn't abandon their team, who stuck it out throughout the entire season. Very thankful for the people who recruited awesome owners. Very thankful for people like Rob Bradley, Andrew Brown, the Garrity's, Danny Lane, all these people who brought in awesome owners this year. Josh Greiner, already mentioned you. You guys are awesome. Bring in new people next year. We are on the brink, my friends. I promise you we are on the brink of having a perfect 96-team league with no bailouts. It's happening. It's going to happen. This year we had few people abandon their teams, but there were still a few. And some of them have been in the league for a long time, so you never know what's going to happen. But thankful for all of you, and I hope you all have a great holiday. Enjoy the football, enjoy the food, and enjoy hopefully moving on to the next round. So you can tune in here. Now, if you are just watching this or you're new to the league, and you're like, well, you know what, I didn't win, so I'm just going to bail. don't bail forever, because at the end of the year, when the playoffs start, the real playoffs, the NFL playoffs, we do the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League playoff challenge. So that is awesome. You get to start all over again. You get to use nothing but people in the playoffs, and the highest score at the end of the year wins free entry into next year. So if you have not done this league before, don't forget, your season is not over. Have a good holiday, folks. We will see you next week. Take it easy.